after we jump to that moment. So for the ones that were in the previous two webinars, you might remember we first did an introduction about Otto. What is it about, this educational robotics kit? What is all this ecosystem of tools we have around? We went through the coding in the second one when we did all the web apps we have, graphical coding, the blocks for programming, MicroPython, remote control. And now we're gonna do the create part, which is what it makes very unique this robot, is that it can be customized, it can be remixed, modified. It's not limited. Like, you can really modify it to anything you want. And we have a bunch of examples around here that you will see later. And we have also a 3D printer next to us, which we will be printing some stuff, and we're gonna showcase a little bit of all of that. But first, our very special guest. So many of you know that we have this very nice collaboration with Makers Empire. They are in Australia, and they developed this amazing software, an app that is gamified to basically allow everybody to design in 3D and get models for 3D printing. Well, you could use them for more stuff, but it really makes 3D modeling something that usually for me took a college degree to learn. Now you can do it in your iPad, in your tablet, even in your phone. So yeah, hi Luke, welcome to this webinar. You are very special also because you're the first guest for our webinars. So happy to have you here. How is it going there in Australia?
Yeah, pretty good. Still sunny, even though it's getting to autumn.
Okay, yeah. So now this is all yours. I'm gonna be helping you with the slides, and just let me know.
No worries. Yeah, so I'm Luke from Makers Empire. I'm the school success manager here at Makers Empire, and I really focus on making sure that schools can have the tools they need to design in the Makers Empire app. So a bit about Makers Empire. We started around 10 years ago now, and we really wanted to make a design app to make things very easy and fun for people to design things in 3D. And at that time, 3D printing was really just taking off. So we've come a long way since then, and also 3D printing has come a long way. So as you can see on the screen, we have around 3.8 million users now in more than 50 countries. And really, Makers Empire is intended for the kindergarten or reception kids all the way up to grade 8. And it helps them to exercise design thinking, problem solving, and design 3D models easily to then 3D print them or use them for other applications. Next slide, please. So yeah, our vision is to make sure that every child can be empowered to be a creator, innovator, and problem solver. We all know as kids we have this crazy imagination that we come up with lots of things, and maybe as we get older, that sort of creative vision maybe gets a little bit more reserved. But as a child, it's like you have no limitations. So we really want to make sure that with the Makers Empire app, that kids can imagine and create whatever comes to their mind. Next slide. So the STEM acronym has been around for a while now, for science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Still STEAM is also used, so the A there for art. Big push with Makers Empire is to make sure that we help develop those STEM skills and encourage students to look to perhaps having a STEM career in the future. But along the way, learning all of these kind of creative and design skills can give students a lot of confidence and a lot of critical thinking that can help them in all kinds of careers once they leave school. Next slide. So the Maker's Empire app originally started as a tablet app, but now it's supported on pretty much all devices, as Camilo said, on iPads, tablets, desktop, Chromebooks as well. So we keep supporting, even though Chromebooks now are getting pretty old. There's still a lot of schools around the globe that are using Chromebooks. So we make sure to keep that app pretty flexible, so it can run on any device, even if the specs of that device are quite limited, to make sure it's accessible for everyone. So aside from the app, we also have the teacher's dashboard. So as the name suggests, this is where the teachers do all their management. There's many powerful things that the teacher can do here. So we have many curriculum in there that our learning team have designed. I think we are quite unique at Maker's Empire in that we started with a learning focus. So very early on in our journey, we engaged with academia and brought a lot of teachers on board that had 20, 30 years experience in teaching in the classroom. So we really wanted to make that the focus. So you'll find once you go into Maker's Empire dashboard that there's a lot of rich curriculum that is linked not only to the Australian curriculum, but to global curriculums. And it's easy to align to those goals. So that's part of what we try and do as well, make it easier for teachers. We know they're time poor. So giving them the tools to teach, but also to test. So there's all the rubrics in there for testing the skills of each curriculum and management tools. So you'll see everything from being able to see how much a student has completed a task to the design effort. All these kind of things that give the teacher rich data to see how their students are learning in the classroom. We also go around giving professional development, and we also partner with a lot of well-known companies around the world to provide PD for teachers. So we've had some great sponsors over the years, such as Toyota and many of the universities around Australia and the rest of the world. But one of our biggest showcases and programs, I could say, is one that we do with the Andy Thomas Space Foundation. So this is a space foundation all across Australia that we team up with to run a program called Kids in Space. And this tasks students with finding a solution to a problem an astronaut might face. And a lot of kids are really captured by space. It's really motivating for them to see, recently we send a lot more rockets into space, and it really captures the imagination of a lot of kids. So this partnership with Andy Thomas Space Foundation and the Australian Space Agency has really helped us to connect with a lot more schools and get them thinking about problems beyond their classroom and even beyond our planet. Next slide. Thank you. So yeah, as I mentioned, I think these stats are maybe a little bit old now, but I think it's maybe around 13,000 schools around the world, and I think more than 3 million users. We're getting close to 4 million users, and there's lots of designs made every day. The ones you can see on the screen here are made with the Otto pack, which we recently introduced after making this collaboration with HP Robots Otto. So you can see already there's lots of students remixing the Otto components to make some really cool new designs. Next slide. So yeah, as a recent promotion, we wanted to show how easy it was to make an Otto remix. So especially since it was the Easter season recently, I basically built this robot that looks like an Easter bunny. And I was able to do this very simply in the Makers Empire app. Only took me around 20 minutes to make this. And I'm not a particularly good designer. You'll see actually the designs in Makers Empire, some incredibly artistic students with great talent that I believe will go on to create some incredible works of art in the future. Okay. I think that's our last slide, maybe, Camilo?
Yeah,
so
right.
I think, is it for me to share now?
Exactly. Yeah, you're good to share.
Okay, fantastic. So now I'm going to jump into the Makers Empire app. Okay. Just want to confirm we can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Fantastic.
All clear.
Okay, so yeah, brilliant. Okay, let's get started. So when you sign up for a Makers Empire account, you can create a free account to try the app out. As our main customers are schools, we generally have a school plan which you can subscribe to after your trial ends. Just as an overview of what you will see once you get into the app, the first thing you'll be tasked with doing is making yourself an avatar. So this is my little avatar here. I can walk him around Maker World. And then we'll take you through into the training lab. So the training lab really helps you to orientate yourself in the app. And especially if you've never used a 3D design program, one of the most challenging things can be orienting yourself in 3D space. So one of the first lessons you do, we'll check which kind of device you're on. I'm on a tablet, on a laptop here. But here we go, we can do a little bit of a treasure hunt to find the various candy, but also it's showing me how I can orient my view in 3D space, which is very important for 3D design. So this is really shows the gamification that we try to do in Makers Empire to learn the skills, but it feels like you're playing, you're doing creative play at the same time. So once you've gone through all of the basic training, which will teach you things such as orienting the view, moving parts, scaling, rotating, all of those kind of basic but very necessary CAD skills, you'll complete your basic training, and then you can go back to the Maker World where the other options will be open to you. Maze Mania is basically you can make little levels here, like for you to play through, like a little, seems a little bit like Minecraft. So you can use the blocks to create levels and challenge other students. Some of the kids get really carried away with this, so we make sure teachers can turn it off as well. There's competitions. So here there's a competition pretty much every month, but also there are daily competitions. So this can provide students some inspiration for their designs. And the daily challenges there also, it's an International Day of Families today, so we have a task of creating a design to show what's special about your family. So it definitely gives students a bit of inspiration if they've got a little bit of writer's block or maker's block. And then in here, the Challenge Central, this is where all of the curriculum that we create that the students can access. So in the dashboard side where the teachers will be managing things, they can assign their students a challenge course. So initially, they'll go to the Welcome to 3D. This will continue their learning on how to design things in 3D. But there are really challenges here that can match all aspects of the curriculum, from literacy to numeracy to science and so on. There's pretty much a challenge course for every area of the curriculum. And these are things we're constantly adding as well. So now I think we should get into the creation. So I'm going to hop over to Create tab now, and you'll see we have some tools here. Shaper is probably going to be the tool that most students use, which allows for them to use simple primitive blocks. Then Blocker is kind of a bit like Minecraft. You use cubes to make things. And Advanced is more of a traditional CAD-like program, which more high school students are going to be using. So I'm going to hop into Shaper now and make a super quick design with the Otto parts. So these parts pack have already pre-made 3D objects, which we can move around, rotate, scale, and so on. And I'm going to recreate the bunny Otto that I made for the Easter video. And then maybe I'll send it to Camilo to print as well. That's the beauty of 3D printing. We can send any file around this world. And
yeah, it will be pretty cool. Then you can send us that file, and we have the 3D printer here to like, yeah, make one during the webinar.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm just going to make this super simple design. I can use the tools to make it snap to the main part of Otto. So it makes it easier for me to arrange things.
People can start to write questions, because right after this demo, we can have questions around what you guys have doubts so far. I will say, look, one typical question that I get raised in the community is, okay, versus Tinkercad. I mean, let's be transparent and honest. What will you say are the main benefits that are lacking in Tinkercad that clearly Maker's Empire can provide?
Okay, so I guess we kind of got our start a very similar time to Tinkercad, and you'll see a lot of parallels. So the main way of designing things is by adding primitive shapes and then cutting those shapes from each other, and using these kind of simple tools to create more complex objects by combining simple primitive shapes. Okay, so the simple premise is pretty much the same. But as I was saying before, we started out with curriculum in mind. So whereas Tinkercad is great for designing things, and many schools are using it around the globe, they don't have quite a rich curriculum as the one that we've developed, with all of these design challenges and curriculum aligned to all of the goals that schools are trying to reach in each year level around the globe. Something else also, that like all of the user data in Maker's Empire is anonymous, so you don't have to put any of your students' names, date of birth, or anything. So I know Tinkercad does require you to create an account with an email for your students, and requires some other data. When the teachers are creating the accounts for the students, they don't need to put in any personal data. So we hit a lot of those goals that are required, such as, say, in the US, the COPA standards that schools need to meet. We're already ticking all of those boxes.
And one important question is like, I mean, because Tinkercad runs online, but like if you don't have internet, then an app like Maker's Empire become very handy. I mean, you can install in, I don't know how old devices, pretty much every device. And I also noticed that you don't need like the admin permission to install it, which is really good in a school when they need to install the app and they are afraid that they need to call the IT guy.
Yeah, definitely. And so on that side of things, yeah, you don't need to be online to use that app. Tinkercad has to run all in the cloud, which I remember using it back when I was a teacher in China, and it was always blocked because it was the Amazon services. But you don't have that kind of problem with Maker's Empire with everything being local. It will need to connect to the internet every now and then just to update and check any licenses, but typically you can use it offline. And as you were saying, for any admins, we have install files to help them install across the whole district. We also partner with various education departments in each country to make sure it's much easier for schools to deploy. So for instance, in the UAE, we work with their education department, and our app is in all of the schools across the UAE. And in Australia and the US, we work with the departments over there as well, so that it's approved by the State Department and makes it much easier for schools to deploy.
All right, send me the file then, and let's print it out. So
okay.
you can
quickly
download it.
Okay, and now stop sharing so I can send that over to you.
All right, thanks. So we will be slicing it really quick here. Meanwhile, then we will jump into the Q&A. So anybody has a question or like, yeah, just drop it there in the comments. You can as well raise your hand if you want to talk to us, but like just post it there in the question. We're gonna give maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Meanwhile, maybe we can show a little bit some of the shots that we are gonna already send the file here. You got it in the right? We already downloaded from the email. And we will just like, I mean, in this case, we spare you guys of the part of slicing, but I will show you later what is the normal process, which relies on each 3D printer, right? Right now we are also testing a series of printers that we will start to offer as a kind of like a bundle, but we will go into that later. So this is your time. Is there any questions that you guys have? I will check really quick in the Teams if there's somebody has put any comments. So far I don't see anything. All right, seems everything's clear then. No, look, so as I was telling you, so far the feedback has been really good of this collaboration. We have been like testing it a little bit with our main teachers and people that already have Otto, and they're very excited. Of course, like there's a thing that we now see is that not everybody has a 3D printer, not everybody knows how to use a 3D printer, and that might take a little bit of a skill. So one of the focus this year for us is to develop that content and every tool that you need around to really 3D print. So the very first thing that we are launching, it's the HP filament. So another license that we acquired was the production of HP filaments. Right now we have it in 8 different colors. It's the same filament, as I mentioned in one of the webinars, that we used to produce here in the Czech Republic all the parts that we ship in our kits. So we have 20 printers working 24/7, to print on demand. We developed these 8 colors connected to the branding. So we have the blue one and silver is the typical of HP. We have the green one related to code, the orange related to create, and the purple related to learning. And then we added just the classic black and white and red to have us there. These filaments, now they are very similar to a traditional PLA, but they are made so that they can be printed faster. So the printer that we have here now, this is a Flash 4 AD5N Adventure 5, allows to print speed top to 600. So we can put this filament here and print at really high speed. Now this is something that is very convenient in the classroom. If, for example, you design something in Maker's Empire and you want to see it at the end of the classroom, then time is important. So the filament allows the speed, the printer allows the speed, and then it's the perfect combination. So you have the robotics, you have the materials with different colors to cover all kinds of creations the students will have. Very affordable, and yeah, ready to be used in this printer. So now we are sending the face of Otto with the nose that look designed, and we will see, maybe if we can see it at the end. So you can see now the printer is first having it quite slow to start, just to have it calibrated, but you can see that it's gonna start to move a lot. The table is gonna start to shake of the speed even. And yeah, so this is what we just launched this year, this series of filaments. You can get them in our online shop and order through our distributors as well. Now the fun part that everybody likes, all these creations that maybe the community has done before were very difficult to make before an app like Maker's Empire. So this usually requires some 3D modeling expertise. But now you will see all the stuff we have created here. Just this year, we started to make, now we have in Maker's Empire app, like you can make all kinds of combinations and characters. So you guys might remember the first one we made is the Otto Santa. This was a special edition for last Christmas. It's the same as starter, but we incorporated not only different colors, but we also had this collapsible hat that it's this kind of features that you can make with 3D printer. You can print in place and have this kind of collapsible like feature on the hat, and at the same time it has a screw for the top. So all those things that can be that 3D printed allow for anybody to like modify the robots and have different functionalities. We are starting with some special editions related to countries. So we just this week we made, because it's very easy now with the software, we made a Irish version, we made a Dutch one, which we added the Viking hat just today. We had a German one, more like with the traditional flags, and yeah, a little bit of accessories to have around. You can also print this kind of features like the springs, right? Multiple colors to have, of course, making it look much nicer. Here you can see how our colors, the ones that we are selling, look like in the classic benchy. We can also do some multicolors by just changing in the filaments while printing. Different accessories to play with the robot around, to have maybe some football or some sumo battles. So all the accessories that you can find on our website, we are just showing you right here. So yeah, these ones are the classic bumpers that we designed, that can be interchanged just with the snaps. The hats, we are screwing them, so like I can even hang the robots from there, and it's pretty solid, but I can take them out. We are not using any glue or any like complicated I don't know, fixing material that it would be difficult. We still keep the modularity with the designs, and that allows to be reusing the classroom multiple times at home, the same robot, changing it all the time, the electronics, putting it into another one. Then in combination with this, here we are just using the starter kit. Then if you use like the expansions, then you will have like endless stuff to build. Like we also in the last one show a little bit of the new printed maps that we are developing for tournaments, where you can like print your own line maps as a puzzle and put in the floor, and the robot will follow around. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff that all our community is very excited, and they are also developing their own stuff. We try to keep this open environment for people to share their own files. We put them online in our website, and for them to download from anywhere in the world and print them and try them by themselves. You can see some of the creations in the slide that we had with some Halloween one that we are planning as well. But yeah, post in the comments or send us in the community forum if you have ideas of things that you would like us to see us creating. We will be featuring a lot of ideas in our social media in the following months. I think in summer we will be doing a lot of these kind of things and just squeezing as much as possible of these tools, these very modern tools like 3D software and 3D printing that allows everybody to be creative and do all this kind of stuff. Not only 3D printing, we have been seeing in schools people doing all kinds of crafts, paper, cardboards, laser cut. So even though we kind of like aim it into 3D printed most of the time, the idea is that people just use their imagination to combine it with different things. Now 3D printed allowed to have very solid constructions that then you can use in multiple lessons or multiple activities. But this is what we have created so far. Looking forward for people to see more about that. We are now, as I mentioned a little bit with the line map, exploring the idea of having competitions similar to WRO. So we have some accessories dedicated into sumo. We have another ones dedicated into football, drawing, line following, different kinds of battles. And we are still experimenting all kinds of games and competitions that the students can do. So you will be seeing a lot of that. Everything is kind of interconnected now with what we are exploring this year, because maybe last year you saw more of the connectivity, the Bluetooth, and like programming online. But now we are bringing back what it was in the DIY version of Otto, that we had hundreds of remixes from the community, all kinds of Ottos, dinosaurs, animals, Vikings as well. We had different characters with different legs, with different arms, humanoids, construction Ottos, all kinds of things. And we will be doing a lot of competitions as well. We'll be bringing back the competition we had in December, where you saw that people did all of these things. And we will be trying them also to showcase and demonstrate as an example for other teachers to inspire each other around the world. So yeah, thanks Lux for being with us. Would you like to add something else that maybe you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just pop the link in the chat. Go ahead to makersempire.com. You can sign up for the trial and continue to use Makers Empire. Check it out. Try it out with your students. As Camila mentioned, we started this partnership. This is something that we feel that both companies feel strongly about, to bring the design thinking and problem solving to education, and to help students really unleash their creativity. So we'll continue to be adding more Otto parts into Makers Empire, and really helping also the teachers to see how enriching 3D printing can be. So yeah.
Yeah, so for the ones that don't know, you can get it through makersempire.com, as Luke said, /download. Then you can get the app for free, depending on your device. You can also find link on our website, hprobots.com/create. So you go to the top part as create, you scroll down a little bit where you can find all the 3D files, many of them that we already showcased here. You have the main ones, which is the starter, the expansion. We are bringing the invent pretty soon. Then you will have all the bumpers accessory. We are expanding the library. So more creations we see online of people that they share, we will be adding them here, and we will end up with a very big library that we will organize in multiple filters by category, so like you can find the things pretty easy and download them directly from our website. So yeah, you can find the button to download the Makers Empire app. There's also a very nice article that Luke did with his team on how to do your own bunny bot. So if you have an Otto around, you can have a look to the YouTube tutorial step by step. You can also find the instructions here, a little bit more details, how it was made. And yeah, just give it a try and let us know. We are still, of course, just starting with all of this, and but we will be having a lot of materials and guides and tutorials to help you be more creative. That's basically the main goal of today's webinar, is to show you all these tools and how they can be integrated into ecosystem of design thinking and creativity. There's already some nice ideas. If somebody would like to try in the community Halloween Otto, we are thinking a little bit with the pumpkin. The space one will be very interesting. So if your team has an idea, I would like to see that one. And the Dragon Otto, of course, like that one will be very nice to see with the tail and everything, or maybe it will fly, I don't know. So if there's any, yeah. Remember social medias, so you can follow us for more stuff. Filaments, we have a page also, so if you go to product filaments, you will find all the details of our filaments, the 8 colors. We have the parameters that they are easy to print. You can print them very fast, up to 600 millimeters per second. PLA is based on cornstarch, so it's a biomaterial. It's not plastic like the classic ones. You can find the datasheet here also for the parameters to add it into your printer if you already have one. And if you have questions of what printer to use, well, we are having also this flash board that we started to incorporate into our portfolio, so you can reach out to us for more details. And yeah, so you can click it there, get yours, and it will drive you to the Moravia Education eShop, which is our eShop. And yeah, you can find it there, 24.9 euros, VAT included. And yeah,
we're selling the FlashForge printers, Camilo. So makersempire.com has a lot of help resources for troubleshooting the printers. So definitely a good resource for teachers to check out if they get stuck when setting up their printer.
Yeah, it was quite a coincidence that we both landed into the same FlashForge 3D printers as a good tool for complementing the 3D modeling. So definitely we are kind of in the same page as both companies started this collaboration, and we are very excited to see what people build with both tools together. I think that we are creating like a sandpit for students and teachers to just unleash their imagination. So very excited to see that. We of course will launch a couple of contests just to incentivize people to earn some free kits, free filaments and stuff, and maybe a free 3D printer. We don't know, depends on the participation, and we're very excited to see what the community will create. I see some alert in the chat. I will see if there's a question. No, there were a couple of links. So thanks, Luke, for sharing the links. That's great. If there's no questions, let's have a look at the 3D print. It seems it's almost finished. That's great. So only the nose is missing. Let's wait until we still have time. We have 13 minutes, so we can have a look at the design that Luke did for us today. And yeah, it just finished. How long it took? Let me have a look. It took about, oh, I missed the time, 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, thanks to the filament and this printer, we managed to make a new face for Otto. I will take out the bed like this. So it has this texture P plate that you can easily remove. Now it's a little bit warm. I mean, ideally you can wait a little bit, but nothing that will burn my hand. So I can put it back. All right, we have it there. Maybe I can get a closer look here. Maybe we'll focus just to so everybody can see it in detail. No, a little bit further. Okay. All right, a little bit. Yeah, we have a special lens, so maybe like from far away it looks better. But you guys get the point. I could take one of these robots and change the face. How about we take our little Santa here. We could disconnect. Just for demonstration purposes, that like something that was designed in a different place. Then there you go. Very nice. Thanks for the design, Luke. Looks very cool. Now, for many might ask, oh, what if I want the nose in a different color? Now, there are printers that have multicolor, but my favorite approach is just in a single printer, a single extruder printer, is just change the filament in the middle of the printing. We could have changed it for black, for example. It takes a little bit of more time, of course, because you have to change it, but then it will be black, or you can paint it. There's many ways that you can go around with 3D printing. There's many options, and that's what makes it so nice. Very cool. All right, so that was a perfect example. If somebody had a 3D file, we could have printed here. Maybe if somebody wants to see that in action, then let us know for another webinar. Now back here into the presentation, I wanted to first just say thanks to everybody that came to this webinar. Thanks, Luke, especially for sparing your very late evening with us. It was very good to have you here. Looking forward to work together in more stuff. And yeah, see you guys in the next webinar. You wanted to say something, Luke? Sorry.
I was just going to say thanks for having me.
Ah, yeah, no, you're welcome. Anytime. If you guys want to have another session more in depth, let us know and we can organize it. The next webinar might be very interesting for people because we will be talking about AI, IoT, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things with Otto. So a little bit of hacking is the stuff that we don't have online even, that we have been experimenting with the community, ChatGPT, machine learning, image recognition with the computer and interacting with the robot with the Scratch extension. Some of you already tried the demos we have, but we will have more in-depth analysis of all the stuff that we can do that now everybody is so obsessed about with artificial intelligence. So yeah, have a happy afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on where you are, and see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, see you.